Good morning. All right. This morning I want to talk about one of our core values, excellence, which is also quality, and we're starting to see a little bit of slipping out there in the field with some of the quality of the work we're doing. You need to make sure that we walk around the property every time we're finished with any job, whether it's a residential job or a commercial job or whatever. The foreman in particular needs to walk around and check everything. Make sure there's no string trimming that got missed, there's no mohawks, there's no dead grass laying anywhere. Planting crews, make sure that plantings are straight, the trees aren't crooked, plants are faced the right way when they're planted. Does everybody understand what facing a plant is? It's facing it so the best side of the plant is facing out, right? Every plant has a good side and a bad side. So I don't know one plant that's perfect all the way around. So making sure that that's facing out, making sure our edges are tight on our beds, making sure there's no mulch on the house and the mulch line against the house it's straight and it's not all lumpy. Anyway, so this was a slideshow that we did last year. Actually, I wasn't here for this one. Dave ran this one. I'm just going to go through a few quick things. It's about showing up, right? A lot of the guys who have been here before are probably sick of hearing me say this, showing up, but we have a lot of new guys here. So when you're showing up for work, you're not just showing up for work. You're showing up to come to work, but then when you're at work, you have to show up to your performance on the job, right? You have to show up to perform your job. Being physically present, that's showing up, right? Engaging in your work, not physically showing up is not coming in, but mentally and emotionally showing up as well is important. Maintaining a sense of awareness and focus of the present moment rather than being distracted or disengaged. Like if somebody's not paying attention and they're thinking about the fight that they and their girlfriend got in the night before, but he's not showing up for work in his mind, right? Commitment, dedicating your time, energy, and effort to your work. Being willing to adjust and respond to changes, circumstances, and challenges. Being willing, that's a big thing. Like, you know, we've had employees that say, "Oh, that's not my job," or "I wasn't hired to do that," when we ask them to do something. Like, what is that? We all do what we need to do here. I do what I need to do. I know Mike does. Mike goes out and pulls weeds and he's planting annuals and mowing sometimes. You know, it's like Dave does. Everybody does what they need to do to get done what they need to get done. So again, punctuality, adaptability, attention to detail, teamwork, showing up to quality. This is what I'm talking about the excellence. Delivering exceptional work is the hallmark of a committed professional. When you show up to a task or project, your ability to consistently produce high-quality outcome demonstrates your dedication, right? Be the best at what you're doing when you're doing it. We're paying for that, and that's what the customer's paying for. Showing up to accountability. Own your mistakes. If there's a mistake that you made, own it. It's okay. I say it all the time, and everybody that works for me and has worked for me for a long time knows it, that if somebody dents a truck and tells me, I don't care. That's fine. If somebody makes a mistake on a job and you know, how many windows have we broken and paid for? Shiatown Glass, I think we're the biggest customer, right? Like we had, what was East Bay Grill window last week got busted. Who was on that? Pat, was that you? Did I even say anything to you about that? No, I didn't. I mean, I could joke around about it, but I didn't call Pat and say, why'd you break a window? Like it was an accident, but he said that he did it. It wasn't, we didn't have to wait for East Bay to call us and tell us that it happened. Proactive problem solving. You know, use your head and try to think of a solution for a problem before bringing it to somebody else. Or this is something that I want to implement in the office, and I've talked to a few people about it. It's called the 1-3-1 method. There's no R in method. There's a 1-3-1 method, and what that is, you got one problem. If you have a problem on a job, figure out 3 solutions that you think might work, and then talk to a manager or talk to a supervisor and bring him one, tell him all 3, and then suggest one that you think might be the best solution. And then what's happened now? Instead of you bringing a problem to somebody else, you've actually tried to solve it yourself, and you had to think about 3 different solutions for it, and then you have to say the best, you know, I think, so how's that conversation go? let's see. We have somebody that is as a foreman. You have a guy in your crew that isn't performing and he's distracted and he's not paying attention and he doesn't listen to what you say. So now you have to do something about it, right? So if you've already talked to him about it and now you have to bring it to the manager, now you go to your manager and you say, think of 3 solutions. Hey Mike, I got this guy on my crew. He's not paying attention, he's not focused, he's on the phone all the time, he doesn't wear safety glasses. What's that? See ya. Well, no, but the point is, hey Mike, here's the problem. Here's 3 things I think we can do with him. We should maybe take him in and talk to him about it, because I've already talked to him. Maybe you guys should talk to him about it, or maybe we should have a conversation with him about this. 2, maybe we should get rid of him because he's already been talked to too many times. Or 3, maybe we should put him on another crew. I think we should bring him in and talk to him and sit him down. That's the problem solving right there. That's the 1-3-1. You just brought 3 solutions to Mike and said, so now Mike doesn't have to deal with this. Okay, yes, let's do that. Done. Or, so that was a situation where something had to be done that was figured out between both of you. A lot of times it'll be a situation where it might be Jake has a problem where he's having a problem on the computer with the quoting system that we're doing. And now he's got to figure out 3 solutions to bring it to me. And on one of those solutions, he figures it out and he says, oh, that's the answer right there. Now he just figured out the solution before he brought it to me. So that's really the intention of that 1-3-1. For everybody to think about the problem and think about the solution themselves before they bring it to somebody else, because chances are they might figure out the answer before they have to bring it to a manager. That's the point. So yeah, I mean, that's what I got.